In my work, I try to see whether we could run our economy in a very different way so that we could still live good lives, we could have high levels of employment, we could reduce poverty, we can reduce the pressures on the environment, and all without relying on economic growth. And the work I've done, where I use a lot of numbers and computers and things of that sort, suggests that yes, it can be quite feasible for us to live very good lives, particularly those of us already living in wealthy northern countries, without having to rely on ever-expanding economies. At this conference, which is concerned with degrowth, the question that I've been looking at is a little tougher, and that is that it's not just a question of stabilizing our economy, but possibly shrinking the economy. Could we have good lives if the economy was smaller than it is today? And that's tougher to do than simply stabilizing the economy where we are, but it is possible. It would require more dramatic changes, in particular, as one example, shorter work hours. One of the ways that we can ensure high levels of employment, even if we're not expanding the economy, is if we share the amount of work among more people. And as a very recent example of this, in the recession in Canada, where I live, the unions in the car industry, rather than let their co-workers be fired, all agreed to work less so that everybody would stay in the job. Well, that was a short-term solution to what was seen as a short-term problem. I think that's actually the seeds of a long-term solution to our problems, and it's just the sort of thing that we have to do. Well, one question then is, what do we mean when we say that people can live a good life even if the economy is not growing? To answer that question, you have to think about what's really important in life. Of course, we all want to be well-fed and well-housed and clothed and have the ability to move around. But we also know that we want time to spend with our families, time spent with our children, time with our friends, time doing sport, time doing things which are not particularly burdensome on the environment. So one of the things we have to do is to remove the obstacles, which could be in the tax system, they could be in the system of employment, that are preventing people from working the number of hours that they in fact truly wish to work to have a better life.